a good moment to go backwards.
Let us go back in time.
Yeah. Welcome. Today we're talking about the collaboration that me and Deha did a bit more than a year ago. We recorded Alltid Alena, and this coming week, that is the very end of March 2019, we're releasing our second album that we recorded together called Gudalik, which in Swedish means both divine and the corpse of God, because it's a play on words. And it was supposed to be a double CD, Alltid Alena, but when we started making Gudalik, we started to change the setup and we changed some of the effects and found a completely new approach to record music that I've never done before. You added something to Consider Suicide that I could never have imagined myself. I'm a decent pianist, but you play in a completely different way than I do, because you see or hear the instrument in a different way. So I was really pleased when it added it's a third phase to Consider Suicide, that people that listen to the album will of course hear that it's us playing it, because we have our specific styles after doing this kind of music almost 20 years each.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it feels a bit ridiculous saying it, but it's reality.
20 years. It was a fantastic thing too.
We're 40 years combined. So
40
together we're an old man. We're an adult, as I'm every day trying to be or become.
We're becoming more adults in the musical
by every minute you can see our beards growing.
Oh God, yeah.
So, how was that process from your perspective?
It was something new. I am used to compose everything myself, as people know, and I've been a fan of hypothermia for, I stopped counting the years, and working with Kim was something like a goal that I always wanted to do. Was working with people that can make me feel stuff that I know that is shared in a way, and sometimes in a bad way. It felt a connection. And Consider Suicide being a bit more, let's say, it's even more trippy in a way than hypothermia as far as I am concerned. Hypothermia has another emotion. Consider Suicide as something also very unique. And when I started,
it's a different kind of journey.
Definitely. And so when we started doing this, most of the time I have this arranger in my head, like going nuts about adding stuff a lot, and
you know how, it's like a template.
Yeah, exactly.
You have been doing your studio recordings for a long time, and you're working with a lot of other interesting bands of all kinds of music.
Exactly.
Styles and genres.
But that's also the thing, because, well, working with metal bands is it's awesome, of course. There's also, like you said, some kind of template to follow. And with Consider, it was different, because there was no actual template. We were just doing it song by song and just bringing the song up. It was not something about an album, but more like songs by songs. We had to take the mood of the song, putting it up. So that was already something a bit different for me, even by keeping the same sound, if we speak about technicals. And being able to say, I would like to see that stuff there, and being able to do it, and having a positive answer with that made me super happy. And especially with the kind of a very doomy, in a way, kind of ways to do drums and bass. For example, like my rhythm section is pretty tight when it's tuned because it follows everything. And having the voyage that you were doing with the riffs.
Yeah, it's very fluid.
It went on just it's like it was actually like breathing, because after maybe a couple of songs I didn't even ask. I was just doing the things.
Yeah, because we had recorded the 8 songs of Alltid Alena just the days before, and we also recorded some EP split songs for other projects, like the 4-way split that is getting released this year with Hypothermia, Consider Suicide, Black Hate and Resta la Noche. As an example, the song that is like a tribute to some really great bands from Iceland. And then we did some other song that I think will be a good single to release sometime this year, because it's a nice bridge between the sound we had on Gudalik and Alltid Alena.
And Gudalik being also a complete other trip, and it's fun because as much as you know,
it's completely different from Alltid Alena. So.
And as you do, you know, the music, and you compose, when you're able to listen back to the music and you actually trip again, like we did yesterday. We listened to Gudalik, and I was again rediscovering the album, and it's fantastic.
I'm really proud of it.
So
it's the kind of album that I know that either of us would never have made that album alone. It's a product out of our friendship and collaboration the week before.
Exactly.
If we didn't record Alltid Alena, Gudalik would have never have happened. So.
And it's pride, you know. I mean, it is for me some kind of pride, because not only just you know, as an individual collaborating with an artist that I've been listening to for years, it's already something. But then it's also as a musician, being able to do this kind of music and being able to appreciate it, and then as a listener.
Yeah, I think the listeners of the people that experience this album will feel like they're a part of our journey, and they will also feel that just pure joy of creating. And it's both being on a walk with someone you like and like sharing a dream. It's so many different weird concepts at the same time. It's like, yeah, every movie you could imagine, and this is the soundtrack to it.
That's what is actually something really, really fun. You know, sometimes when some people send me emails and telling me about this album that I've done and the interpretation, the very personal interpretation they have, even if it's far away from my own perspective, I'm super happy that that this actually happens. And I do think that Gudalik is something which enables people to do that even more.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're listening to Tak from Sigur Rós, for example. If you have a specific mindset, you might find the music pretty much depressive in a way. And
it can be very sad, but there's a lot of joy and happiness on that album too. It's so many things.
And another mindset, it's going to be, you know, just a perfect music to walk around in the sun and feeling this, you know, joy actually. And I think, and this is personal, but that's why we aim, like being simply happy. We have
and manifesting that, because everything casts a shadow, but you should never focus too much on that shadow. Like, there's nothing wrong with thinking about it and being aware of it, but if you focus too much on it, that's what destroys people.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to remind or remember that, yeah, to many people, you're not a shadow, but you're the one casting it, and that's a source of light and infinite love and wisdom.
we are bringers of light.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And when we see, for example, the three of us being introverts and using music as a way of expressing everything that we do, sometimes it's quite fun to realize that the music that we're releasing is some way happy.
Yeah.
You know, we have so many.
It's just full of very pure emotions. So if someone is sad when they're listening to it, that it will amplify that mood. But if you're searching for some form of consolation or joy or calm, that's also what you're going to find. And I'm always happy when I can be the instigator of that journey for people.
That's why I was telling that it's going to be like super easy for people to interpret this, especially Gudalik and even Altidaliena, as different ways, different trips.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a goal as a musician, I think.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to share this journey with
The same.
our friends around the world.
The very same.
Yeah. And it will be linked in the description of this video. So if you're wondering what it sounds like, this trip that we've been talking about, you can find out together with us. So thank you for watching and take care out there.
Be well.
It's also a good feature.
Super nice.
Yes.